everyone, it's Jess from Meyer Hatchery, and being in my fall garden has me thinking I gotta get the coop ready for the deep litter method. If you've ever used the deep litter method in your coop, you know how wonderful it is. It is so easy to maintain, and it's going to help keep your flock nice and warm during the winter. And in the springtime, you can fill all your garden beds with that wonderful compost you've created over the winter. Let's talk a little bit about how we prepare for the deep litter method. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to give our coop a really good cleaning. And I love to do this around mid-October. I just clean the coop from top to bottom, make sure to disinfect everything, and I make sure that the bedding area is ready for the deep litter method. To set yourself up for the deep litter method, all you need to do is add 4 to 6 inches of really good bedding. And we suggest using pine shavings. They absorb the droppings from our flock, and they help to control moisture and just break down really, really nicely. So how do we maintain the deep litter method? Well, after those initial 4 to 6 inches of bedding, all you're going to be doing is adding some bedding on top in very thin layers. So you kind of want to monitor the bedding. So you want to look at it. Does it look like there's a lot of droppings in there? Does it look like there's a lot of moisture? Are you smelling anything, any high levels of ammonia? And you just want to adjust your bedding based on those kind of factors. So what we like to do is we'll put a layer of bedding every 3 to 4 days, and this is going to depend on how many birds you have. We're just putting a thin layer, so about an inch or so. And we're going to turn that into the bedding. And the great thing is you can use this as a boredom buster for your flock. All you need to do is put that bedding down, and sometimes I'll put some mealworms or things like that to encourage the birds to kind of dig around. But really, just that bedding kind of encourages them to start scratching around, and they're going to turn that bedding for you. This is going to help to control any sort of ammonia smells. It's going to help to control any sort of moisture. And also, it's going to help with that breaking down process. The deep litter method is really, really easy to use. And it's something we started using, over 5 years ago, and we absolutely love it. You just want to make sure, again, we're watching those moisture levels and making sure there's not a lot of excess moisture in our bedding. If there is, we want to turn more. We want to add more pine shavings. You're going to make sure that you're using your nose. If you smell any excess ammonia, again, you got to adjust your pine shavings a little bit. Another thing you want to watch for is if you notice like a lot of droppings on top of the bedding, you're going to want to turn that. You don't want that sitting on top. Or if you start to see kind of a white crust forming on your bedding, that means that your bedding is not getting enough oxygen. So again, turn it. We're constantly turning that bedding. The really great thing about this is that it's going to break down all winter long, and in the springtime you're going to have some really nitrogen-rich compost that you can use in your gardens. Do you use the deep litter method? Let us know your favorite tip in the comments below. I've left a link with some more instructions in the description below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and happy coop cleaning!